Thank you. Stephen is my brother-in-arms. There's no question about that. Almost 4 years ago, when I broke the ceiling, 4 years ago, when I broke the Republican ceiling, we need reinforcement, and he came. Okay, I can't fight this battle alone. It's very lonely, and I know how it is. First one in Senate, first one me in Assembly. Yesterday election tells you something. The Democrats are in trouble. Not the DSA, the Democrat, the moderate Democrat that we can work with, they're in trouble. They're getting beaten down. So either they work with us and enforce us as a front, work with the Democrats and a Republican, because that's the only way we can pigeonhole the DSA, the socialists. I'm afraid that even my speaker, Carl Hastie, might not be the speaker, because we can work with him. Because now I can see the state assembly that Steve is right. We're going to have a ring-nosed type of people, purple color hair. We'll be up in Albany proposing all the stupid giveaways. All your taxes that you own, we're going to give away. That's what we have to fight. And only Washington, because the people here in New York, the common sense, they're moving down to Florida, they're moving down to Texas. That will be our strength, because the House of Rep will be the strength. But here in New York, we are dying right now. If the progressive have their way, if they win majority in November, people I work with in Assembly are moderate, they're gone. They lost the midterm. They lost. I could count 5 of my colleagues that I can work with, they're gone, they lost. Replaced by progressive. And I hope that people will wake up and vote. And all of us have to be responsible. We got to let our community know. Look in Chinatown. Grace Lee was progressive, but she worked with the Chinese. Now we're going to have a Peruvian. All right, we lost 2 Chinese candidates. We lost. And this Peruvian guy, I met him a couple of weeks ago just in Chinatown, and he recognized me. I talked to him, and I say, he's a whack job. He is really, really out left. He is pro-homeless shelter. He believes in tax the rich.
Anti-police.
And anti-police is
anti-defense.
Anything that is anti-us is he believe in there. A couple of weeks ago, I spoke to him just one-to-one. I said, man, if he wins, we're in trouble. The Chinatown is in trouble. And look at us. We're Brooklyn. We hold the line. I don't know about Queens right now. I don't know about Queens. All they have is John Lewis. He's turning progressive right now.
He is.
Yeah. Ron Kim, he is, well, what can I say? So we have 2 things right now. And I have to talk to the address for the Jewish people. The Jewish conservative women must register to vote. They're not. We need to convince them to register to vote and vote our way, our conservative way. Second, our community is not outvote. Where are they? They haven't come out in their primary. In Chinatown, my God, the turnover is so low. It's terrible. Our community. So we need to have everyone, our family, friends, to come out to vote. I am afraid that next year, if we don't stop this, all our work will get run over. And the senior leadership that we have up in Albany may change. And I'm very serious about that, to progressive way. And of course, we need to support the next governor, Republican governor, Bruce Blakeman. So for those who don't know, we need to let people know. He is the only one big enough that can stop this nonsense right away. We'll veto every bill. And right now, so far, we have a broken super majority in Senate. I hope we don't lose any more seat than what we are. If not, then we're in trouble. Even your election may not be effective. Yep. So, I don't want to sound pessimistic. I want to sound optimistic, but we have to let our people, our community, our Chinese, to vote conservative, vote the people who will represent us. Even even though they may not have a Republican representative, but vote the conservative way. That is the only way. And I know we communicate each other. His bill is my bill is his bill. So we always co-companion of each other because we know these are common sense bills. So whatever one works, we have the other one will work. One of us will push one way. And his fire extinguisher bill did pass the committee. Mine got stuck. So next year, I have to push for that. There was a lot of good bills what we have to push next year. And money, I think we have a little bit more money because this is re-election year. And all the Democrats already increased the budget for what we call CREST funding. That's for capital funding. They passed an extra $100 million. I don't know how much it comes down for us. So there is money to spend on this. And I know you have some money on your side. And I hope I see some money next month on my side to hopefully help the nonprofit. But otherwise, we have to vote our way. And thank you, Steve, and make this successful. Look, his district overlapped my district about 70%. And I'll do the math. If I win big, he wins. If I lose, he loses. Because why? If I lose? Because on the north side of his district are progressive Kensington. There is no way we can win. On the other side of the district, outside, is Bill Colton district. It's going to split almost 50-50. That's why if I win, he wins. And if we don't, we're in trouble. And Brooklyn is the one that holds common sense. And that's the bottom line right now. And we will win. We will win. Because all of you over here, doesn't matter how you count to $5, $10, you represent us, you give us energy to win. And Steve, thank you for being our partner.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everybody to understand when you talk to your friends and family and neighbors, right? We have a mayor, as well as
Get your palm cards and pass them out.
Yeah, I'll give him.
We have a mayor as well as my challenger. My challenger, by the way, just became a citizen of the United States last year. He was a People's Liberation Army officer. He was the CEO of a China state-owned company. The Canadian Embassy last summer, sent an envoy to my office. I said, what are you guys doing here? He says, we just wanted to talk to you. Do you feel that the China government is trying to infiltrate our government with their people? I said, why are you here? Do you have that problem? He says, of course. And I said, it's probably easier to do in Canada than the United States, but the answer is yes. We have a mayor and my challenger who has never sent one of their kids through our public schools. They never went to public school in New York City or New York State. They have never held a job in New York City or New York State. They have never owned a small home. They have never been a small property owner. They have never been a business owner in the state of New York. They were never in the union, never a police officer, never a city worker, never in the military. So how can they advocate for any of the above? The answer is no, they cannot. They can't possibly understand the pain that we go through trying to navigate the labyrinth that we must send our kids through to make sure that they get to where they're going, to the right fit of a school. They cannot possibly understand the difficulty of our young graduates from college trying to navigate the corporate world looking for a job, sending out hundreds of resumes. They can never understand the police officer just trying to get through his shift and go home every day after 25 radio runs and not knowing where they're going to be next. And they just want to raise a family just like the rest of us. They can never understand the union guy, afraid that he's going to get laid off because of government bureaucracy and regulations that holds up a job in Manhattan or the Mesa pipeline that carries natural gas to Long Island. They can never understand the teacher, the frustrations that they must go through because they tell them how they must teach to get results. And every few years, somebody's pocketing money, so the math program changes again. Everybody saw me debate that in Albany because they changed the math program again. We spend $42,000 a year on education per child in New York State. That's the highest in the country. We spend $42,000 per child. Mississippi, it's a backwards country place, right? In the village, in the boondocks. Mississippi spends $14,000 a year per child in education. New York is 18% black. Mississippi is 38% black. New York's 4th grade math score, the one that's important, number 46 in the country for $42,000 a year. Mississippi's math score, number 6 in the country for $14,000 a year with a 38% black population. So I don't mind spending the $42,000, and I'm sure you don't either, right? But show me something for it. Show me something for it. Show me that every kid is doing well. But that's not the case. So here, ergo, the jealousy, the war on our Chinese community. There's too many Chinese kids in Bronx Science. I heard that from de Blasio. There's too many Chinese kids in Brooklyn Tech. I heard that from Adams. There's too many Asian kids in all these specialized high schools. I feel that we should do away with them. And that's what Mamdani is about. It just keeps getting worse and worse. Like I said, I can talk on forever, but everything's on my Facebook page. Most of it is on my WeChat. So I want everyone to know that, and that's what's going on. Don't listen to these lies anymore. My Democrat challenger is basically taking my platform. He says, I'm pro-police. I'm anti-bail reform. I'm pro-small business. I am pro-homeowner. Every one of those things that he says is not the Democrat Party's policy. He's naming every Republican policy to our community to lie to them to take their vote. And that's what's happening today. He's passing out cucumbers. Here's a cucumber. Vote for me. Here's a head of lettuce. Vote for me. And I've been telling the public, you know what? But the public says, we don't want his lettuce. We don't want his cucumber. I got a very humorous video clip. You know, here, wait. Let me try that. I'm going to put this on the mic. This is one of my constituents sent this to me. And it's rather humorous. And if you bear with me for a second, I'm just going to play the audio because you're not going to be able to see. Maybe you will. Here we go. Let me turn the volume up.
Did you ring my bell?
Yes, I'm one here.
Oh, hold on. Let me show you something. There's a sign across the street. You see that sign? Yeah, that sign says Steve Chang. This is the Steve Chang neighborhood. Jala Mofesia. Get the hell out of here.
So that's what my opponent is doing right now. He's sending all these people over there with these cards that promises affordability and pro-police and lower public safety and better public safety and equality in education, all of which are my policies. They're Republican policies. You know, so I ask you when you talk to your neighbors and your friends, don't buy into the lies. I have proven on the Senate floor that I will speak up and carry our voice to Albany. I want to thank you. And you know, I can promise this one thing too. Right? I am doing this purely out of conscience and duty. I have not benefited in any way from my position as a New York State Senator. Not one dime, not one penny. And you know, it's satisfying because when I walk down the street and people stop me and tell me what a great job I'm doing and that they're very happy that I represent them, that's all the reward I need. Thank you. Okay. Now please enjoy the dinner.
Really good friend to talk about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Very important introduction. I'm very happy to have here with me the chairman of the Kings County Conservative Party, Ms. Fran Villamarone.